Alright, so today I want to talk about Saskia. She works, she's effective, but she's not working the way I want her to. She's not working the way I designed her to work, and it's kind of frustrating. So what is she doing? Well, she wants to kill people with Purphoros. She has the same problem Kestia did. When I built Kestia, the idea was I would cast a bunch of cool enchantments that do stuff and protect me and protect my stuff and have interesting effects. And then cast Opalescence and smash people with them. That was the idea. That was the goal. What actually happened is Kestia wanted to win with Shark Typhoon. Didn't really want to give me Opalescence, and when the opportunity to cast Opalescence, it was always in a board state where attacking with my enchantments was not a good idea because most of them would die. And I would lose the cool effects that they represent. So what is this? And where is he? Where is that god? Yep. This is how Saskia wants to win. I want to build a deck that smashes people, that attacks, right? What does Saskia do? She comes into play, she can attack immediately with Vigilance. Choose a player. Whenever a creature I control deals combat damage to a player, it hits that other player too, or the same player, because it doesn't say I can't pick the same guy and do double damage to him and just fucking kill him, does it? No, it doesn't say that. So that was the idea. Make tokens, make creatures I don't care about, you know, tokens, nobody really cares about the tokens, and then attack, and attack again, and deal double damage. But that's not what she wants to do. She wants to make tokens and kill people with Purphoros, and then have me get rid of the tokens and kill people with Nadier's Nightblade. First game I played with her, I was not really getting any creatures. I was getting some of the token enablers, I was getting some of the ancillary effects, but I wasn't getting anything good, so I died. I died of that stupid black-red Duskmourn precon. In fact, by turn 8 I'd already taken 20 points of damage. That's how rough that deck can be. Next game, how did it go? I had Anointed Procession. I had what is it? Anointed Procession and Smothering Tithe. So every time my opponents were drawing a card, not paying for it, I was getting 2 treasure tokens. 1 point I had 18 treasure tokens, then I got her. And I started sacrificing treasure tokens and killing people, and they kept drawing cards, and I kept making treasure tokens and kept killing them. That's how I won the game. Next game I played with her, next week, actually this past couple days, first 2 games, same thing. Nadier's Nightblade, doubling season this time, and Smothering Tithe. Okay. Next game, it was Purphoros. I got out Purphoros. And my opponents couldn't deal with him because I didn't have devotion. I wasn't getting anything else. I wasn't drawing anything else interesting. I had Bitter Blossom out, so I was dealing 2 points of damage to them every turn. And then I got March of the Multitudes. Cast 10 no, it wasn't March of the Multitudes. It was Increasing Devotion. Increasing Devotion, cast it, created 5 humans, because doubling season that was 10, so 20 points of damage to Purphoros. It's not the way I wanted the deck to play. It's not the way I want to win. It did not feel good. So I think I need to take up Purphoros. I don't want to take up Purphoros because having an alternate win condition is nice, but I still have War Leader's Call that buffs the team, does 1 point of damage whenever a creature comes into play under my control, isn't indestructible, but it does more because I pretty much ignore that his creatures control good, even though in a token deck I shouldn't ignore it, but the other problem is the colors. I really screwed up the mana base. Why does this have a... the sleeve has damage. Oh, the card does a little bit of damage too. Fantastic. Okay. So, before we talk about Saskia, let's set her aside. Let's talk about other decks, because to fix Saskia, I'm going to take cards out of other decks to balance her. Let's see, this is box number 2. This has Ikra Shidiki Sadarkando. Where's Ikra? There she is. So I'm going to take a card out of here and give it to Saskia because it doesn't matter. The reason it doesn't matter is, I'll just preface it, I'll just foreshadow it. I've got Big Monkey. Big Monkey here, whenever I cast a creature spell, destroy target artifact or enchantment. The card I'm taking out does that when a creature comes into play. Or I can look at the top 5 cards in my library, put a land card from them onto the battlefield tapped, put the rest in the bottom of my library in a random order, or I can gain 4 life, which fits the theme. So I foreshadowed it. A few of you might know what I'm going to be taking out of Ikra Shidiki Sadarkando in order to give it to Saskia, because Big Monkey fits the bill and does pretty much what that card does. Now the reason I feel like I can take it out is Ikra Shidiki Sadarkando, they don't cast a lot of creatures. I'm not putting into play a lot of creatures. There it is. I'm also thinking about taking that out and putting something else in, but I'm not sure what, so I still don't know. Because Saskia, her colors, they're way off. They're not working. The reason I don't get things to play is because on turn 4, I'm looking at like Stomping Ground, a Plains, a Godless Shrine, and a Forest. And I need double white for something. Or I need different colors. The colors that I'm getting from the mana as I play her are not the colors I need for the cards in my hand. That happens time and time again. And it's become incredibly frustrating. So, Ikra Shidiki and Sadarkando are losing aura shards. I'm going to put that into Saskia because if I make 5 tokens, just 2 tokens, bang, there's 2 artifacts or enchantments I can destroy. Let me go back to Ikra Shidiki Sadarkando and show you why I don't think... Well, let me show you what I'm thinking about putting in. I'm thinking about giving them Tocatli Honor Guard. So Tocatli Honor Guard, creatures entering the battlefield don't cause abilities to trigger. There are... I'm trying to think of specific decks the lads play where that happens. There are some, it happens randomly. So it's not going to be some game-breaking stacks piece. But if I went through this deck last night when I was thinking about these changes. And I realized there are only 3 cards in the deck, 3 creatures, where that matters. It's the Soul Sisters. I mean, no enter the battlefield effect, no enter the battlefield effect, nothing, right? Not him. When he attacks, I do some bullshit that I don't care about. I should take that out of here. This new tier system, that's probably going to be tier 4, and I don't want this to be a tier 4, even though I'm starting to get used to the idea of tier 4 being the best, but it's still fucking weird. Wizards. There we go. So Soul Warden, and what the fuck is there, the other one? Soul's Attendant, and Daxos. Those are the ones that have an EDB effect. So if I put in the Honor Guard, creatures entering the battlefield don't cause abilities to trigger, so these creatures would, the Soul Sisters and Daxos would do nothing. A creature would enter the battlefield and I would not get the life. I'm not sure if that's really the way I want to go, though. So I'll put this in, see how it works, see how badly it screws me over if it does, because I don't have to cast her. Now, the thing is, I will want to and need to cast her early enough in the game to matter, because once my opponents play their creatures and they're entering the battlefield abilities trigger, it's too late. If she's in my hand, she doesn't stop those abilities. It only stops creatures, doesn't stop. Do I really want this in here? What else did I pull out in this little stack of stuff? This is all for Saskia. Maybe I should just give them a loyal unicorn. Maybe I should do that instead. Let me go do that. Hang on, let me go get my loyal unicorn. Okay, I'm back. I went and grabbed that extra loyal unicorn. I ordered 2. They were cheap. They're like 7 crowns, which is 10 euro cents, 12, something like that. 3 and a white for a 3/4 vigilant unicorn. At the beginning of combat on my turn, if you control your commander, well, there's 2, so it's pretty likely I'll have one or the other. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to creatures you control this turn. Other creatures you control gain vigilance until end of turn. There are probably better cards. There are probably more powerful cards I could put in instead of aura shards. But I want to put in something fun, something interesting. And thinking about it, Tecatli Honor Guard, I will set her aside and put her in the box of cards I take my kind of commander sideboard. I'll take her and pay attention over the next few games and see if the lads are playing a bunch of creatures where they have an ETB that matters to me. And if so, then I can always put her in. So anyway, let's take out aura shards from Ikrashidiki Sarakondo for Loyal Unicorn. Now that Rainbow Veil, because as I said, Saskia is having a hell of a time getting her colors. I'm not sure what I would want to put in it. They've already got a City of Brass. They already have a reflecting pool. Actually, let me look it up. How much is a Rainbow Veil? I'll go to Trinity Retige, which is my LGS, and see how much a Rainbow Veil is. Maybe I just want to buy another one. Trade for another one. Rainbow Veil, 175 crowns. Yeah, okay, that's not much. For a reserveless card? Okay, shit, I'll just order one. Screw it. Screw it. There we go. Okay. So, I'll leave Rainbow Veil in this deck. I'll just get Saskia her own copy because it is pretty. I do like it. I do like the art a lot. That's beautiful. Kai Fugly. We don't see her anymore. Alright, so there's an alteration to one deck to support Saskia. Let's look at the other deck I am alterating to support Saskia, and that is Voya, Jaws of the Conclave. Voya is a house. Voya is a pretty goddamn good deck, I have to admit. Much better than I thought it'd be, and I thought it was going to be pretty damn good. So Voya, 2 and Naya. 5/5 Vigilance Trample Ward 3 Wolf. Whenever he attacks, put X+1/+ on counters on every creature you control, where that's the number of elves you control. Draw a card for each wolf you control. Yes, he does stuff. So what am I taking out of him to give to Saskia? Well, I already took out, no, I didn't take it out yet. Where is she? Taking out 2 cards. So yeah, there's the foil one I opened in a pack, and it was neat. I actually captured on camera. I was opening my Khans of Tarkir for the sealed Khans of Tarkir commander decks that we. So 3 or 2 is Cube, the Genie, and myself. At least 3 of us. Maybe Rahman did it too, but I think it was just 3 of us. Had a box of Khans. So we split the box of Khans, and the idea is, as we did with the Korea, make a 60 card commander deck. So we have something else to play. You know, sealed pool commander should be more even. The commander has to be one of the Khans of Tarkir. I chose Surek Dragonclaw. And in opening one of my packs, I had a flat non-foil, a flat Wooded Foothills, and I go, there's a foil one. So I opened 2 fetch lands in one pack that were the same, one flat, one foil. That was pretty damn cool. Tyranny Retige, when they did their mass box opening back in 2015 when Khans came out, there was a side quest where they were trying to do that, and they didn't. And they opened, you know, hundreds of boxes, thousands maybe. They opened a shitload of boxes, and nobody did that. They opened some fetch lands with the foil one, but they were different, like a flat polluted Delta and a foil Windswept Heath, that sort of thing. But I did it. Right, so what am I doing here? I'm taking out 2 cards that Voya really doesn't need as badly as Saskia. Where the hell is another card? I probably passed it. I probably was talking too much, and I passed it in the other stack. Jesus Christ. That's exactly what happened. So, where is it? Where's the other card I'm taking out? Balancing the decks. Making sure that I've got the best cards for each deck. So doing this is going to slow Voya down a little bit. I'm taking out Arid Mesa. Taking out Arid Mesa and giving it to Saskia means she has all 6 of her fetch lands. So it should help me get the colors I need to to make her work. I can't say for sure it will. Like I said, the mana base is all kinds of, it's not balanced well. I need to really rethink things. Getting that Rainbow Veil should help. So what I'm doing is I'll give her Arid Mesa, because for her it's more critical that I get the lands quickly. With Voya, he still has Windswept Heath and Wooded Foothills. He still has 2 non-come into play tap fetch lands. So I'll give him Grasslands. Grasslands come into play tapped. Sack it, go find a Forest or Plains, put it into play. Shuffle afterwards. Okay. And then Elish Norn, he really doesn't need Elish Norn. He's never needed Elish Norn. A lot of people have commented on the deck when I present, why do you have Elish Norn? That makes no goddamn sense. And against flyers, which kind of was the idea. But then I put more flying creatures in the deck. For example, I put in Shalayan Halar. I put in... What else did I put in the flies? That's pretty much... Damn, that's it. Shalayan Halar. Huh. I'm still weak to flyers. I'm still going to get my ass kicked. I need to get a Gravity Sphere. Gravity Sphere is a Legends enchant world. I believe it costs 2 in a red. Maybe it costs 3 in red. But anyway, Gravity Sphere, you play it, and all creatures lose flying. They can't have flying. So that'll bring everything to the ground. I don't have to worry about flyers anymore. We're all doing ground combat now. But what I decided to do, and I don't have it to show you, because I ordered it, ordered Arlen Cord for Voya. Arlen Cord is a Planeswalker 2, green-red, until ended neg 1. She comes into play 3 loyalty. So 2 green-red for a 3 loyalty Planeswalker. Neg 1. Until end of turn, One target creature gets +2/+2 vigilance and haste until end of turn. 0, put a 2/2 green wolf creature token on the battlefield and flip her over. When you flip her over, she'll remain with the loyalty counter she had initially, and +1 is creatures you control get +1/+1 trample and haste until end of turn. No, just trample. I should slow down and read the cards more fucking carefully. So +1 from a flipped Arlen. Creatures you control get +1/+1 trample till end of turn. -1, she deals 3 damage to target creature or player, and then you flip her back. -6, you get an emblem with creatures you control have haste and tap. This creature deals damage equal to its power to target creature or player. So I don't have it yet. I'll have to go trade for it, pick it up. But I'm going to take out Elish Norn, put her into Saskia because she makes more sense than Saskia. So this will wait until I can get that Arlen cord. Alright, so let's take a look at what's wrong with Saskia. Let's put her here. There. That'll hold her up. Smash the sleeves are slippery. So let's take the lands out. Let's look at the mana base. Something else I did on the fly in the game Thursday is I realized 36 lands is not working. So I took out Spear of Heliod and I put in Path of Ancestry out of the box of the cards that I take with me every game to if something isn't working, I can switch it out on the fly. And Saskia wasn't working, need another land, so that's what I did. Let's take out the lands and see what's going on with her. Should probably take out some of the basic lands because my mana requirements are all over the place. She's 4 colors. I've got a lot of cards that need double. 2 green, 2 red, 2 green, 2 white, but it's got Convoke, so I guess that doesn't matter. 2 white, double red. So yeah, because this is not a good idea. I put this in because I thought it would work. I thought it would help the deck. I did not have a Chromatic Lantern at the time. Extra. It didn't help at all. Not that I ever drew it. Not that I ever actually played it. But I realized it's not going to help at all. And there's a land. I mean, Guy's Cradle. 500 euros. Well, if I don't have creatures, it does nothing. It does sweet Foxtrot Alpha. So that happened too. Alright, look, I've got Purphoros. I don't have any tokens yet. I've got Guy's Cradle. It does nothing because I have no tokens. Jesus Christ. So let's push this back. Just put her over there. Get rid of that. Alright, let's take a look. That's colorless. Red, red, white. Multicolor, just put it there. Multicolor. Green, in theory, trying to get more room so you can see what the hell's going on. Multicolor, 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 green, multicolor, black, multicolor, 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 white, multicolor, black, green, red, multicolor, colorless, black, colorless. And the colorless cards do not really help. Multicolor, colorless, multicolor, 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 white, multicolor, colorless, green, green. Alright, so what have I got? I've got 3 lands that only produce red. I've got 3 lands that only produce white. I've got 5 lands that only produce green, but that one has a condition that must be met. And I've got 4 lands that produce black. What I should probably do is just take out a swamp, go down to 3, because I need to keep the green. I need to keep the green for the ramp spells. A lot of them are green. So I need green early to get them. Right, so high market. Sacrifice creature, gain 1 life. I usually use this as a way of defending against exile. Way of preventing my creature from getting exiled. If I'm putting Elish Norn in, I'll probably want to keep that. Puts a creature for my graveyard on top of my... I don't have a lot of recursion in this deck. Not a lot at all. I should do something about that. Sack a token, draw a card. Yep. Go find 2 lands. It does come into play tapped. I do have to spend 2 to do it, but it does find a forest and a plains card, so it will find 2 shock lands, 2 dual lands, whatever. Regenerates creatures. Alright, so let's see what we've got here. Let's do red, white, black, white, everything. Let's just get that out of the way. Black, white, everything, potentially, because it is an exotic orchard. Okay, where is my... That's right. Didn't go in the deck yet. So, I've got a shock land and a fetch land for each color pair, so let's do that. That's pretty easy. Bloodstained Mire and Blood Crypt. Okay, got those. Temple Garden, Windswept Heath. Got those. Overgrown Tomb, Verdant Catacombs. Got those. And then I've got these 2 dual lands. And got no other real home for them. So I just shove them into here. I mean, dual lands can go in pretty much any deck, but she needs the color requirements more. So how many lands do I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. That's probably right. That's with her color requirements that and me needing to draw lands, that's probably correct. But is that are those the best lands I could put in? Probably not. So let's take out do I really care about Bojuka Bog? I took out most of the stuff for land matters. It will exile somebody's graveyard. I don't have a way to sacrifice it anymore because I took out the Goblin Trenches. So let's think about taking out a swamp for City of Brass. Let's think about taking out a mountain for Evolving Wilds and a plains for Rainbow Veil once Rainbow Veil comes in. So Evolving Wilds, sack it, go find a basic land card, put it on the battlefield tapped, and shuffle. If I'm going down to 2, 4, 7, 8, 9 basic, that's not a whole lot of basic lands, but it'll still probably trigger City of Brass. So let's see what we've got. Let's see what the problems are. Let's see what we can do. First, let's decide what I definitely want to keep in the deck. What makes it work? Now, I won't worry about the ramp yet, but what makes the deck work? That Illustrious Wanderglyph makes a token creature every upkeep. Beginning of each upkeep, I get a colorless gnome artifact creature. Tendersheet Dryad does the same thing for green. Chatterfang. If one or more tokens be created, he creates those plus squirrels. Definitely want the Soul Ring. Do I want Deranged Hermit? He comes into play, makes 4 squirrels. Let's look. I definitely want Balin the Haymaker. Oh, he's just fucking cool. So he definitely stays. Let's see. This is really good, but I don't know if I need it. I don't know if there's something better. I need to take out the cute cards that are just neat, but don't advance my position. I need to take those out. I need to be a bit more ruthless. Elish Norn, if I'm making token creatures, well, she's going to help a lot. Aura Shards, if I'm making token creatures, I mean, if I've got Tendersheet Dryad and Aura Shards out, every turn I can destroy an artifact or enchantment. Now the lads are going to blow that up as soon as they can, so there is that. I need to think about that happening, but otherwise it's a good addition. Excuse me. Dryad of the Elysian Grove. This, he's a living chromatic lantern, essentially. So, land you control every basic land type. In effect, I can tap them for any color of mana, except blue. They will still be islands. They will still... people can island walk me, but I can't make blue. But I can tap them for any other color. And he's my exploration, so he needs to say he's advancement. She, at the beginning of each end step, create a token where that's the number of tokens I created this turn. She costs 5, 3, 4. So she doesn't do anything in and of herself. She needs an outside condition in order to do something. Now that something is pretty damn good. And if I put in, so I've got Tendersheet Dryad, I've got the Wander Glyph. So if I get either of those, every turn I would get 2 tokens if she's in play also. Probably going to put her in. Doubling Season, that has proven its effectiveness. Elspeth's Sun's Champion. Create soldiers or blow up the world. Or again, she definitely stays. Siege Gang Commander. I really don't know if I need him. I really don't know if he's that great in this deck. So he comes into play, creates 3 tokens. If and I don't have that anything else that really creates goblins. So unless I get him killed, sacrifice him, and bring him back somehow, I'm not going to be able to do it that often. Smothering Tide, that definitely proves that that just comes out. Fuck that. Nature's Lore, ramp. Okay, let's put the ramp package in. Because the ramp package is something I need to focus on, kind of. Where are the other ramp cards? I ordered 3 visits for Saskia, so I have to keep that in mind, that she's actually down 1 card. Cultivate. I don't have Kodama's Reach, I only have Cultivate because I didn't have many basic lands to begin with, and going down by 3 more basic lands, that just makes this have that many less targets. So if I go Nature's Lore, 3 visits, Tempt of Discovery, Skyshard Claim, Cultivate, so I have 2 casting cost ramp spells, 2 4, and 1 3. That's probably okay. I'll keep the Crop Rotation because Crop Rotation replaces a land, but it lets me go find any land I want. What else has proven its effectiveness? Oh, I do have a Kodama's Reach. Okay, I was wrong. So if I only have 9 lands, 9 basic lands, do I need both of these? Because together they will pull 4. And again, it's not that I'm going to draw these both in the same game, but the potential is there. So if I have both of these, that's 4 out of 9 that are being pulled out. That finds forest. That finds forest. So I don't think I need both of these. So I'll take out Yamama's Reach. That still leaves me with 6 ramp cards because I'll get that 3 visits, which finds a forest. Let me make sure. Let me just double check. 3 visits. Search library, forest card, put it on the battlefield. Yep. Okay. And that finds 2 forest. Put them into play. With as many shocklands as I have, so there's 4 that are green. My dual lands are green. Is anything else? Okay, I'm starting to see that maybe this isn't really what I want. Of course, I'll have 1 more forest than I will mountain, plains, or swamp. So am I doing the ramp package effectively? I'll go with it. I'll see what happens. Alright, let's see what else is effective. This only helps if I have a bunch of tokens and I've got double red. I hardly ever had double red and a bunch of tokens. And in the 4 games I played, it didn't happen, so let's take that out. Drainage Hermit, he worked. Let's get all my other good. This guy, he's just not going to work. And I'm taking out more red. I'm really reducing the red in this deck. That should work. I mean, Purphoros worked, so she should. Marching, that was nice. I was happy to have that. Let me make sure I'm not passing any other token generators. Let's see. Another token generator, life gain. Token generator, that works. Comes out early. Only gives me 1 creature a turn unless I have a doubler, but it's pretty damn good. Artifact Mutation, that worked. Pernicious Deed. Yep. Wipes out all my tokens, but that's why I need the enablers, the repetitive effects to get a token. That's why I have him. Somebody commented that he's not that great in the deck. I'm not casting 2 spells a turn always. I have no real way of casting 2 spells on each of my opponent's turn, but I need something that comes down early. I need something that comes down early and starts building the army. He does the trick. Sark and Vol. Okay, token. It's just fun. I'm leaving the bunnies. She. If I've got a big army, I need a way to get them through. If she's big, then the army will get through. Increasing Devotion. Another sorcery, but this is. So, Tempt with Vengeance. I cast Tempt with Vengeance with Purphoros out for 4. And I told the lads that I'm going to put 8, because I had Doubling Season out, 8 1/1 red elemental creature tokens and haste. And they could do the same. And both of them were going to do it until I said, if you do that, then I will get another 8, because I will get 4 from Cube and 4 from Long Pete, and then they would be doubled. And I will kill you both with Purphoros this turn. And they realized that, and they did not take me up on the offer. So I put in 8 tokens. Purphoros did 16 points of damage, and there was no point in attacking because I didn't have Saskia out. I didn't have any board pumps out. Both of them had creatures that could block. The most I would get through is, I think I would get through with 3 against Long Pete, but I needed the tokens more for blocking. But anyway, that was pretty funny. And Purphoros, I don't know if I want him in or not. Okay, let's do another part. This is going to be a long one. Where I am is going through Saskia. Well, I'm splicing the video together. You know exactly where I am. It doesn't matter. Now, so I pulled out the token generators. I pulled out the ramp. I pulled out the cards that were definitely effective, definitely worked. Now let's pull out the protection. So what do I have to protect my team? Well, first off is Clever Concealment. Any number target non-land permanents. So it'll save my enchantments. Phase out, and I can convoke it. Friendly Medic, he works on attack, so I'm not going to count him right now. That's Fog, so that's protection and token generation. Grand Crescendo. So create X 1/1 green and white citizen tokens. Creatures you control gain indestructible. Doesn't give them hexproof, doesn't give them untargetability. Do I have anything sitting over here that would do that? Looking at the other card, no. I would like to put in another card, another piece of instant protection, but I don't have any offhand. Did I put one already in here? I could put Guardian of Faith. I do have an extra Guardian of Faith, so maybe that's what I should do. I should put in a Guardian of Faith to protect my team against board wipes. Or maybe I should just forget about protecting my team against board wipes, go with a couple that I have, and carry on, and worry about focusing on what the deck wants to do. Maybe that's the better way to go. Right. So do I want him in this deck? Probably. Helm of Possession, yep, I'm making tokens. Piddle Splendor, he's Chatterfang's best friend. They are good buddies. If I've got them both, it's a machine gun. So, Chatterfang, if I have a scroll token, sacrifice a squirrel, give a creature +1 -1. He says, hey, you made a treasure. You sacrificed a creature died, created a treasure. Okay, sacrifice the treasure to pay 1 black for Chatterfang's ability. He says, Chatterfang says, let me get that right. I'm being distracted because there's too much shit going on in the background. Okay. Creature dies. I've got, just find fucking Chatterfang. Where the hell is he? There he is. Alright. Alright. Most of you know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't need to explain this, but I'm going to do it anyway for those that maybe don't know. Spend 1 black, sacrifice a squirrel. Target creature gets +X, neg X until end of turn. He says, hey, you killed a squirrel. Have a treasure. Cool. Chatterfang says, hey, you made a treasure. Have a squirrel. Cool. Spend the treasure, sacrifice a squirrel. Target creature gets +X, neg X until end turn. He says, hey, you killed a creature. Have a treasure. Chatterfang says, hey, you made a treasure. Have a squirrel. And you just keep going from there. Gun them all down. So there's that. Am I worried about instantly doubling my tokens? Sometimes it could be real explosive, sometimes it'll be a dead card. Let's look at the other cards I pulled out that should make this deck better. Let's look what else I've got going on. So, she didn't have an Arcane Signet. Oh, she's getting one, definitely. I need ramp. Darksteel Ingot, it's insufficient. It's effective in that it gives me any color mana I need, but this will do the same thing, and I can tap my lands for any color I need. So that's going in. I thought about Mirren of Clan Tel Noth. Whenever a creature you control dies, you get an experience counter. Beginning of your end step, choose target creature in your graveyard. It's mostly tokens, so I shouldn't have that many dead creatures, but I will. If that creature's CMC is equal or less than my experience counters, return to the battlefield. Othari, Flying Lifelink Haste. Whenever he attacks, I get a experience counter and a 2/2 red rebel creature token that's tapped and attacking for each experience counter. Maybe I should just force these in. I'm just putting them in. I will take something out. I pulled this out because I'm going to put it into Saskia. So I thought about this. It finds a basic land card. Should I put this in instead of Cultivate? Should I do that? This I need to think about. After I realize what I'm going to do, maybe I'll put in Green Sun Zenith. I didn't want to play this because of all the triggers, but you know what? It makes tokens reliably. It does the job. So there it goes. Garruk, so I can tap 2 lands and create a beast. Now, he fits the theme of the deck in that he's making tokens. I'm only making 1 per turn, unless I've got a doubling effect or 2 doubling effects, and then that's really nice. But untap 2 land, and also I can do the overrun. So let's put Garruk in there. And Defense of the Heart. Beginning of your upkeep, if an opponent controls 3 or more creatures, sack Defense of the Heart. Go find 2 creature cards in your library, put them onto the battlefield, and then shuffle. So let's put this in. And let's think about these. So where am I? What else does this really works in this deck? Goblin Bombardment, that really works in this deck. That stays. He really works in this deck, but I don't want to do it. I don't want to win that way. So let's take out Purphoros. A lot of you are going, no, don't take out Purphoros. Are you out of your fucking mind? Oh, yes. Beginning of each end step, create tokens. That's still thinking about her. The deck has 6 fetch lands. So if I can play lands from her graveyard, I can keep getting them back. She's definitely good. And so I played 4 games with Saskia. 2 of them were really fun. 2 of them, she just choked. And one of the ones that was really fun, I got up to, at one point, 120 life because of Voya Champion. She stays. Calculating Lich. Yep, he's good. He doesn't have to attack. He just sits there, and whenever a creature, and it doesn't have to be my creatures. If my opponents attack each other, they start hurting each other on my behalf. So there we go. World Leader's Call, buff, and deals damage. I don't know if I want this. I don't know if I need this. I need the buff effects. Yes, fair enough. Make my army bigger. And this, it doesn't hurt as much as Purphoros. It's not as good as Purphoros, but it still will help finish the game quicker. It's not what I want to do. It's not the way I want to win. Well, it is what I want to do, but it's not the way I want to win. But it's not as effective. So let's think about that. Putrefy. Instantly kill a creature. Where's Mortify? Yeah, I like having the duality of both of them. Taser Kurlov. Creature dying causes triggered ability of permanent control to trigger. Triggers in... Do I have Dictate? Yeah, Dictate. Whenever creature control dies, each opponent sacks a creature. Yep, that is good in a token deck. This was really good in the token deck. So, Taser Kurlov. Creature tokens you control have vigilance and lifelink. That alone warrants her inclusion. I should go get the foil one. I've got a foil one. But instead, I do want some recursion. Creatures control get +1/+1 haste. Gain control of target creature till end of turn. It gets haste. Put 5 4/4 dragon creature tokens flying into play. Now it's unlikely. Well, if I have Doubling Season and I cast him after, then he would be at 8 loyalty. So right away, bang, I could. And if I've got Doubling Season, then I would put 10 dragons. So let's think about him. What else do I really want in this deck? This is good. It gets blown up a lot. But I've got ways to get it back. Timeless Witness. And Conduit of Worlds. So let's keep that. Instead of Green Sun Z... So this guy is good. Sack another creature. Search library. This is repetitive. So I won't use Green Sun Zenith. I'll keep him. Sun Titan. So Pernicious Deed. What else does this get? Fetch lands. Gets back fetch lands. So that helps. It would get back him if he dies. So if I sacrifice him, yeah, let's keep the Sun Titan. Terror of the Peaks. I'm playing a token deck. I plan to create, sometimes I will create a bunch of tokens in one turn. Sometimes. It'd be nice if I had Terror of the Peaks for the sometimes. Nadier, she proved her worth. Jetmir. Okay, let's get the haste in there. The things that give haste. Because that's the thing. I make these tokens, and if I can't attack with them right away, there's a good chance he'll get blown up on my turn. So he comes into play. 1 red, and my creatures get haste until end of turn. And every turn I can make more creatures and give them haste. +1, +1/+1 haste creatures, and yeah, let's do those guys. Okay, let's see where I am with counting. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 32, 57. So I can put in 5 more cards. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So I can put in 5 more cards. 5, that's it. I'm not making that many black tokens. Now sacrificing 3 white creatures, or exile, that's good, but I'm not really doing that. It's not what's happening. I got him for the deck. So fuck it, he's goes in. My demon pussycat. Which means 4 more. What are the... Do I want to show that in there? Do I? Probably. So that I need the mana, I need tokens in play, and I need it to be interesting. Her, every turn I get to do that. Let's put her on the stack. Creature or enchantment graveyard to hand. Boss of creatures deals damage. Okay. Now, countering a spell with X, and there's not, they don't really play that many. The lads really don't play that many spells with X and mana cost. But whenever he attacks, and at least 2 other creatures attack, they become indestructible. That's kind of interesting. But he has to attack this, sack creature, prevent all damage. Yep, that would have helped me many times. Many times that would have helped me. Let's count again because I lost track. Two, 3, 40, 46, 7, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 62. So either I miscounted or I screwed up somewhere. And I still have to put in that 3 visits, but maybe I'll just take out Cultivate. Maybe I'll just take the Cultivate out for 3 visits. Let's see how it plays. Alright, so don't have room for any of this. I've got Fountain Port to draw cards. I've got Balin the Haymaker to draw cards. I don't feel like it's final. I don't feel like I've got the best version of this yet, but I feel like I'm getting closer.